were born and raised in Portugal their whole life, and in their 20s, they left and also went to Venezuela. During that time period, in the 50s, Venezuela was a very high money power country, and they were on the rise in many different things, such as technology, opportunities in studies. They had some of the best universities. It was a great place to go live during that time. Right now, not so much, because we have number one, inflation, and the country is going into a dictatorship, and it's just, we've had a really bad president over the last 15 years. So due to that happening, my dad was born in Venezuela, and so were my aunts, and my mom was born in Venezuela. So they met, they got married, and of course I was born in Venezuela. And then all these things happened with this president that we have, had, because he passed away. His name was Hugo Chavez. And we had to leave the country because there is no future in that country anymore. And my parents wanted what was best for me. So my dad took on the opportunity and did the same thing my grandfather did for him. So my dad had us move to the United States, and I've been living here since I was 8 years old. Over the years, while I was here in the US, I have been through several different things, facing a new culture, facing being made fun of for not speaking the language. I was a very good student in Venezuela, and I was in a private school. And getting out of being in a private school and coming here into a public school, there's a huge difference. Because it's not bad to be in a public school, because public school systems are really good here, but the kids are not as put on to their work. They don't have the same input and the same effort, and same with the teachers, and it's understandable because they don't make that much money. So of course, like, you're not gonna have that same level of education. I also saw how my parents suffered, because you're so used to your own country, and you're so used to living there, that when you step into a different country, you have to kind of adapt. Like, you come in here, you have no other family, you don't have friends, you have to pretty much start over from scratch. You have to learn a new language, you have to adapt to the different culture, different holidays. The way you speak to people is not the same. Here, it's very informal when you talk to adults or people that you are meeting for the first time, and people tend to be kind of dry, and not just from being Venezuelan, but like other cultures also see it the same way, because when you meet people in America, everything's very distant. And it's kind of weird to try to like meet someone and you think that, oh, they're being rude or they don't like me, but it's really not like that. It's just that the culture is like that. So kids don't really understand that, so they feel bad inside because they don't know that, they don't get it. And then adults in the workforce, they might be intimidated or played around with, or maybe the person doesn't think that they know what they're talking about, so they can have money issues because they can get tricked into like getting into something they don't know, because money also works differently here than it does in other countries. But a lot of people don't realize that. And it's important for us to help out people who are immigrants and they come into a country, because the whole United States was based on immigration, because we weren't the first one here. The Native Americans were the first ones here. So if we came in as immigrants and the Native Americans helped us, why shouldn't we help others? I'm not saying the United States is the country who like judges immigrants, because there's other countries who judge immigrants. Same with my country, because during that time in the 50s, when people were immigrating into Venezuela, there was also people who were being treated badly. For example, there was a lot of Chinese people going into Venezuela, and till this day, pure Venezuelans don't like the Chinese over there because they feel like they're taking over jobs. So it's also a stereotype thinking that, oh, America's the only one that judges immigrants, because it's not like that. A lot of different countries judge immigration. At the end of the day, it's important for us to help immigrants because they're coming into the country for the benefit of themselves and the benefit of us, because we all want to make the country better. And having those people here, it's helping us in economic points of views, in bringing in higher wages because there's more spending. People who make form businesses, they put money into the government, like by taxes, they pay taxes. All that circulates in the economy and it helps it. There's also the benefit that immigrants bring enlightenment and new ideas into the country. So that's just something that I feel is necessary and it's important. And that's why immigration is important. Thank you.